What's good, YouTube? Here are my 10 biopics that I want to see. At number 10, we have wrestling biopics in general. I love wrestling, and I also enjoy watching The Dark Side of the Ring. I always find the story so interesting and fucking crazy. And with the success of the Iron Claw, there's 3 that I would really enjoy. We have to have a biopic about Ron Simmons. He had size, charisma, and he's the first recognized black champion. And within his career, he had so many memorable moments, like APA. I personally enjoyed his backstage segments with Bradshaw.
Oh, right there, man. That wall, that's our door, it's our office. How about enough? Face your eyes.
And we can't forget about his famous slogan.
Damn.
But peak Ron was when he was in the Nation of Domination as Farouk.
If I was dying and they were gonna go with me, that's the way it's supposed to go.
The second one would be about the Anawahi family in general. There's so many members to think of. They have to be one of, if not the biggest family in wrestling. The crazy part is, I feel like there's more to come. This all starts with Peter Maivia and the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. Got Roman Reigns. Got Rikishi's sons, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. And Solo Sikoa. Also, the late great Umaga. He was cold in the ring. And then the third one would be about the Hart family. There's like 10 kids. Stu was out here wild. And then on top of like the 10 kids, their in-laws who also had great careers. Like the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And we honestly need to talk about the dungeon. The stories when it comes to the dungeon are crazy. Old ass Stu Hart is breaking down these athletes, making them cry. It's crazy. And the last one I want to see, but certainly not the least, is Eddie Guerrero. We gotta have an Eddie Guerrero biopic. A great wrestler that was gone too soon. At the number 9 spot, we have the Wayans family. If they ever make a movie about them, that shit'll be so positive. They're pioneers, and their contribution to the entertainment industry is like no other. Keenan Ivory Reigns really set the tone. He gave us In Living Color, which put us on to Jim Carrey. Shit, Kim Coles was on there. David Allen Greer. Tommy Davison. Contribution that Damon Wayans has added with his time on there after leaving SNL. Also, My Wife and Kids. And we can't forget about the babies of the family, Marlon and Shawn Wayans, from the Wayans Bros with John Witherspoon. The first 2 scary movies. Classic like White Chicks. At number 8, we have Bernie Mac. Fucking GOAT. Talented comedian. Talented fucking actor. Talented fucking person in general. I just feel like he's hilarious in everything he's in. Like the Bernie Mac show. Honestly, I don't even know who would play Bernie Mac though. Like, I remember Little Rail thought about it. Or it was talks about it. Janice McCullum, Bernie Mac's daughter, had 2 people in mind to play her father for a biopic. Idris Hodge and Mark Phillips from RDC World. At number 7, we have the late great James Earl Jones. Pioneer and an incredible actor on screen and on stage. Before Denzel did Fences, he did Fences. He had one of the most recognizable voices in Hollywood. He was Darth Vader. He was also the voice of Mufasa in The Lion King. But honestly, I don't even know who would play James Earl Jones in a movie. At number 6, we have the Nicholas brothers, who are Fayard and Harold Nicholas. Were tremendous performers throughout the 30s, 40s, even the 50s. They were incredible. I know maybe by like the 60s or 70s, Fayard stopped performing, but Harold kept going.
Mo, what? I'm coming over there.
And the same goes for number 5, Sammy Davis Jr. He was like a Swiss Army knife. He could sing, dance, act, tell jokes. He did it all. He did impressions. He was a jack of all trades. A biopic is definitely needed. I'm aware they made a miniseries in the 90s about the Rat Pack and Don Cheadle played him, but I feel like we need something fresh. And I remember them talking about Elijah Kelly, who looks just like him. Remember, there was supposed to be something 2 years ago. It got canceled, but Lee Daniels might be doing something on Hulu. So who knows? Number 4, we have one of the greatest comedians of all time, Richard Pryor.
This was fine though, man. I'm not lying. Lena Horne didn't have shit on her.
I know that Mike Epps played him in that miniseries about the Lakers, but I don't know. He just didn't. He was alright. He looks like him kind of, but that's pretty much it. And his ass been talking about playing this man for at least 20 years. But Richard's wife is not going for it at all. I saw Marlon Wayne's audition tape, and man, he has range, but still, I feel like it's gonna be a long time before this movie ever gets made. so still want to see it. At number 3, we have the iconic Eartha Kitt. I was born in 2002, so even though I might not be super familiar with her singing career, I am familiar with her voice acting career.
Punishment! Death! Gods!
I enjoyed her in Emperor's New Groove. I have seen her portrayal as Catwoman, but I have not seen it recently. And when she was Madame Zeroni in Holes, great movie. Only like a couple actresses in mind that I think could play her. Like, I would say Rachel Hilson, more so for like her stature. I'm gonna be honest, that one's a little random, but I feel like a perfect choice would be Andra Day. She looks just like Eartha Kitt. Not only that, incredible singer. That Rise Up song is always fire. At number 2, we have Dionne Warwick, who I think is probably one of the greatest vocalists ever. I feel like her singing style is so smooth and extremely clear, and it makes sense that her and Whitney Houston are cousins. Another talented vocalist gone too soon. And I don't know if it's just me, but Tiana Taylor looks just like Dionne. We know she can sing.
I got my demons too, I know just how you feel.
And she's been acting in quite a few things. She also has a few projects coming up. At number 1, we have Cecily Tyson. She's a part of history. Cecily Tyson been around for years. She got a career that spans like 7 decades. She lived to be 96 years old, and she's in so many classics that all of us grew up on. She was in Roots, Mama Flora's Family, countless Tyler Perry films. She was also on How to Get Away with Murder. The only person that I have in mind that can play her is Kimberly Elise. If I'm not mistaken, she played her mother or grandmother in a movie. I don't remember the name. Besides them having an uncanny resemblance to each other, I think it could work. Kimberly Elise can act. And that concludes the video. Hope you enjoyed. Check out my IG, Q Thoughts. The same with my TikTok, Q Thoughts. Like and subscribe.